And now this next one is for Amy, and it comes from Janine from Williamsville, New York. And Janine, I know you're attending right now. And so she asks, how do I approach restaurants for the restaurant campaign?
Hi, Janine. That's a really good question. It kind of depends on what kind of restaurant it is. Sometimes if it's a franchise or a chain restaurant, it's a little more difficult because you really can't get to the powers that be a lot of times. The franchises may have some rules and restrictions for things that they can do, and they may have to refer you to corporate and again with the chains. So I think the easiest ones to do are like Mitch was saying about the pop-ups and things like that, and just your local restaurants. Going up to your favorite restaurant that you know when you walk in the door, the waiter goes, "Gotcha, I know exactly what you want." And he starts ordering it before you even sit down, and they don't even give you a menu because they know that you've got that, whole food plant-based, no oil thing. So you already have a rapport with them, and then you can talk to the manager or the owner. I sometimes it seems that there are some other kinds of restaurants that we may have language barriers sometimes, so that can be a little bit of a challenge sometimes. And if it's a restaurant that you've not been to, sometimes it seems that they think that you're trying to sell them something, because why are you going through all this trouble and you're not asking for any monetary reward? So I think starting off with the familiar ones first is great, and just explaining to them that you're not asking them to change their whole menu to a vegan menu, because that's some of the obstacles I've had to overcome, where they thought that I was trying to change their menu and they thought they were going to scare away the rest of their clients. But just telling them that, there's a growing number of people that are eating this way, and typically when they eat out, they're the ones that their friends say, "Well, I don't know what you can eat. Why don't you just pick the restaurant and we'll go with you?" So those are the people that are the decision makers. And then I also, flex my pod muscles and tell them that how many members that I have in my pods, and if they are willing to make this adjustment and offer the oil-free option, that I would be happy to bring my pod members as a group for a meeting, and also they'll come back over and over again and support them. So I think that's a really good way to make them see that it can be very beneficial.
Absolutely. And Amy, do you call them up when you're talking to them, or do you go in person and tell them this?
I try to do it in person. It's not always, like Mitch was saying, I've done some over Facebook where I've, messaged them and so forth. But most of the time I try and do it in person. And I guess it just depends on, what time you have available to you. But I just get a kick out of being a part of a movement and making a change happen, and going in a restaurant and seeing that certificate that I awarded on the wall, and knowing that I helped remove barriers for other people. And so it's just a lot of fun. And I get hugs from the restaurant owners, when I give them these. I should have pictures of the hugs too, because once you do it in person, it's really very rewarding.